안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon-soa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-heritage, K-people, K-everything. And before you know, you'll be booking your flight to Korea. And today I'm joined by our co-host Walter Lee in the studio. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa. Hello, everyone. It's me again, Walter Lee. I'm here to show you the latest in K-Enter news, so stick around for that. Actually, don't stick around for too much longer.
Because we're actually going to start with K-Enter today.
Yes.
But Walter, you're looking really good in orange today, I wanted to mention.
I feel like an Oompa Loompa, and so are you. You're very orange today, yes.
Well, thank you. We're not going to talk about Oompa Loompa and not about oranges or tangerines, but this is a slight hint for our Hallyu People segment later on.
It is.
But as you forecasted, Walter,
Yes.
we're going to start off with K-Enter news today. And we've got some Coachella news again.
Yes, we do.
I mean, who would have thought years ago that we would be having so much of K-pop presence on the Coachella stage?
Right.
Yesterday, we talked about BlackPink's Lisa and Hypen's performance.
Yes.
And today, we have to mention BlackPink's Jennie.
Of course, we did briefly mention that she was just on stage a few hours before our program, but yes, Jennie took the stage at Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival in California on Sunday evening, local time. Jennie appeared at the Coachella Outdoor Theatre wearing a very stylish Western-style hat and also sunglasses, and began with her performance with Filter, which is one of her solo songs, of course. She went on to perform her pre-release track, Mantra, from her first solo album, and along with songs like Handlebars, Zen, FTS, like Jennie. And of course, she put on an amazing performance filled with great choreography, showing how she's not just a member of a fantastic girl group, but a fantastic solo performer as well. Now, Jennie shared her thoughts about the performance, saying, "I didn't expect this many people to show up. It really looks like a huge crowd. Thank you for coming to my Coachella stage." Now, like a lot of other artists, she is scheduled for another performance, and that will be on April 20th.
All right, well, we didn't expect less than amazing from Jennie.
Yes.
And probably her second stage will have such a big crowd again.
Yep.
We can look forward to that.
Yes.
Now, Walter, we're going to move on to NCT Wish news.
Yeah, staying on the subject of K-pop, on Monday, NCT subunit boy group NCT Wish released their second mini album called Pop Pop. Now, NCT Wish is a multinational boy group based in Japan that debuted in February of 2024. Now, among the 6 members, 4 are Japanese and 2 are Korean. They are also the youngest unit among the SM's various NCT subgroups, following predecessors like NCT U and NCT 127 as well. Now, their second mini album includes a total of 6 tracks, the title song Pop Pop, as I mentioned, Melt Inside My Pocket, Design, 1000, Silly Dance, and Still 3 PM. Now, the title track Pop Pop is a dance pop song that blends a bouncy melody with NCT Wish's bright and refreshing vibe. Now, the new album surpassed 1.21 million pre-orders, significantly exceeding the 800,000 pre-orders of their first mini album, so there's a great growth in their pre-release orders, so it's great to see.
Yes, it is indeed great to see their popularity rise with every new release. Now, last but not least, Walter, we're going to move on to a new film set to be released next month. So which film is it? Who is it from?
Yes, so I believe this might be a good year for Korean director Hong Sang-soo. So first, well, not too long, we actually reported this with the recent news of his child with actress Kim Min-hee, and now a film to follow. Now, it was confirmed on Monday that director Hong Sang-soo's new film, What Does That Nature Say to You, is set to be released on May 14th, making it Hong's 33rd feature-length film. Now, his partner, Kim Min-hee, also took part as the production manager on this film as well. Now, the film follows the story of Dong-hwa, a poet in his 30s, who makes an unexpected visit to the home of his lover, Jun-hee. Now, the film was actually selected for the competition section at the 75th Berlin International Film Festival held in February 2025, but unfortunately did not win any awards, but I'm sure it's going to be a great movie anyway.
It's not really easy to get awards at that particular
Especially that one.
film festival.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that news, Walter, and stick around.
Will do.
We're now going to move over to our AI anchor, Ari, with more culture-related news. Ari, take it away.
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. The opening ceremony for the 2025-2026 Korea-China-Japan Year of Cultural Exchange has taken place in Tokyo, marking the start of an initiative aimed at deepening cultural cooperation between the three neighboring countries. Korea's first Vice Culture Minister Yong Ho-sung pledged to expand trilateral cultural exchanges and work toward establishing East Asia as a global cultural hub. His Japanese counterpart, Atsushi Nanaka, highlighted that the initiative is important not only for cultural collaboration but also for strengthening broader Korea-China-Japan relations. Korea will lead several key exchange programs, including joint musical performances, a friendly Go tournament, and a youth artist exchange exhibition. The Ulsan Taewagang Madui Festival, known as Korea's first major summer festival, has been rescheduled to June 13th to 15th. That's to avoid overlapping with early voting for the snap presidential election, set for May 29th and 30th. Held under the tagline Escape the Ordinary, Dive into Taewagang. The festival will take place in Ulsan's downtown and along the Taewagang River. More than 40 programs are planned, including a large-scale tug-of-war, diverse river activities, a marketplace, and a reenactment of a traditional parade. This year's festival will offer expanded river-centered attractions, including hydro flying water shows and other aerial aquatic performances. Jeju Island has unveiled its cruise industry promotion plan for this year. The plan aims to boost the island's cruise tourism sector by capitalizing on the increased number of cruise calls and a new semi-home port operation set to be launched in May. Gangjeong Port in Jeju is set to become Korea's first semi-home port for cruise ships starting next month. The plan outlines detailed measures to induce longer stays and greater spending by cruise passengers as part of efforts to revamp the domestic economy. A total of 6.8 billion won, or around $4.8 million, will be invested across 5 key projects to support the initiative. Jeju Island's cruise market has shown steady growth, with more than 300 cruise calls and up to 800,000 visitors expected this year. That's all from me. Keep it tuned to the Culture Wave.
Korea is stepping up efforts to have Hanbok culture recognized as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. From government initiatives to private sector campaigns, a wide range of efforts are underway to protect, preserve, and promote its cultural significance. Our Han Da-eun takes a closer look.
With its graceful lines, vivid colors, and exquisite design, Hanbok is more than just a traditional attire. It's a reflection of Korean history, value, and identity. But Hanbok has become quite distant from everyday life in Korea, and at times has been the subject of groundless debates over its origins. To safeguard Hanbok from cultural misappropriation and to further promote its beauty and significance worldwide, Korea's leading Hanbok experts have come together to launch the Hanbok Globalization Foundation. Its primary goal is to have Hanbok culture recognized as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. Around 180 prominent figures from Hanbok-related industries have joined the group.
Hanbok is unarguably Korea's unique traditional costume and an essential part of the country's cultural heritage. Hanbok culture should have been recognized by UNESCO long ago.
The government has recently been accelerating efforts to preserve and promote Hanbok. In 2022, it designated Hanbok as a national intangible cultural heritage, and last year, it unveiled the basic plan for promoting traditional cultural industries to integrate traditional culture into modern industries.
We frequently see foreigners wearing hanbok and taking photos at Korea's traditional palaces. Hanbok has transcended time, evolving into a hip and trendy cultural expression.
A hanbok fashion show was held at the Paris Olympics, and specially designed hanbok will be crafted for world leaders attending the upcoming APEC summit in Gyeongju this fall. Hanbok is not just a symbol of Korea's cultural identity, but a living tradition that plays a vital role in cultural industry. As the government and private sector continue their efforts, it's time for citizens to embrace hanbok more closely to ensure it thrives as a vibrant part of modern life, both at home and abroad. 한다은, 아리랑 뉴스.
"30 foreign players are active in Korea's baseball league this season, which kicked off on March 22nd. Since the introduction of the foreign player system in the KBO in 1998, Korea has seen a growing number of global players and their families move to the country and gets lots of love and attention from baseball fans. For today's Hallyu People, we are happy to connect live with Brooke Weiss, CEO of Power Move Marketing and wife of Hanwha Eagles pitcher Ryan Weiss, to talk more about her husband, baseball, social media, and life in Korea. Hello, Brooke.
Hello, Brooke.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us on the program. So first off, could you briefly introduce yourself to the Culture Wave viewers?
Absolutely. So I'm Brooke Weiss. I'm the founder of Power Move Marketing and obviously Ryan Weiss's wife, and I'm living in Daejeon, Korea.
Excellent. So you're back in Korea with Hanwha's pitcher, obviously your husband, Ryan Weiss. Now, for a second year, how do you feel about being back?
It's been so exciting. We were really hoping to get the offer to come back. So when he did it, we obviously jumped on it, and we're in the same apartment as last year. A lot of things are the same, but excited for a new season.
Great. I mean, we could really feel your sincere gratitude after Mr. Weiss signed with the Hanwha Eagles. I saw how you posted about it on your social media account back in November. So what does this contract mean to both of you?
It means, one, that Ryan gets to keep playing baseball, which is really important to both of us, and then also that we get to experience the culture. I did a little video, as you can see, kind of talking about Ryan re-signing, and it's been really fun learning the language, and it's made my experience a lot better here learning the language. So I hope to keep learning little by little. 조금씩.
조금씩.
That's excellent that you're actually going out of your way as well to learn a little bit about the culture, a little bit about the language as well, because I'm sure you're a very busy person yourself and you have got plenty of things to do with your company, as well as your husband as well has got his training to do. But obviously, let's go back to your husband for a second and talk about his fandom here in Korea. Now, Hanwha Eagles fans are calling him the Daejeon Jesus, and I believe that's probably because of his beautiful, luscious long hair and his beard. beard as well. What do you think about his nickname and growing popularity here in Korea?
I love it. I think it's a good thing he's a really humble person. I don't think a lot of people could be compared to Jesus and not get a big head. But I love all the fan edits are so funny. Everybody's always calling out to him. I think it's really unique. I remember last year when he played against, I think it was Busan Jesus, they called it the Jesus Derby, and I thought that was really funny. So the team also made shirts that said Dejan Jesus on it. So we've really embraced it and are really loving it. And our family back home loves it too.
Right. There is a thing about giving nicknames to baseball players. And also, I guess he also has Weiss, another nickname as well.
Oh, I don't know about all that. Tell me about that one.
Well, I guess that's also kind of referring maybe to one of Walter's favorite K-pop girl groups.
Yes, Twice. So Twice is obviously a girl group, a K-pop girl group. But since it sounds like your last name, they say Twice.
That's funny.
Yes.
And Tusu
Okay, now
in
I'm
Korean,
excited.
and Tusu in Korean means pitcher in English. So I guess that's from where the nickname comes from. But Hailey, Brooke, let's also now talk about you being at the ballpark. I saw just recently you have been there watching one of the games. Do you have any memorable stories to share from any of your husband's games? Maybe some episodes
Oh
you
my
had
gosh.
with fans?
So the fans are incredible. The first time I had a fruit sando was over in one of the dome stadiums. That was one of my first games, and that was awesome. That's kind of how I learned about Korean gift giving and how generous everyone is. And it helped me learn a lot of the language and a lot of the culture. I think one of the funniest stories I think was when he was pitching against KT. I believe it was KT or Kia, but it was the day that they announced that he was extending his contract, and he gave up a home run, and I guess the camera panned to me right when it happened, and so I covered my face and wasn't really excited about that. And so I guess when Ryan was walking into the dugout after the inning, they were replaying my reaction, so he got to see it himself during the game. So I realized I need to have a little bit better of a poker face, I think, when he pitches.
Well, I really like how you are very active on social media and also communicate with the fans of your husband. And if I'm correct, you also have more followers actually than Mr. Weiss.
Ryan's not big on social media. He really never goes through it. So a lot of the fans will message me and they say the nicest things. The Hanwha fans are best of any team we've ever played with. And so I always read him the kind messages from people. I feel like if they take the time to translate it to English and write something nice, I'm going to take the time to tell him about it. So I try to respond to all fans. I don't always do the best job, but I really try every week to go through them all.
Oh, they probably appreciate it a lot.
Yes, that's very sweet of you. Now, let's compare. You've had the opportunity of not just, being able to experience baseball in the US, obviously with your husband playing in the US, but now here in Korea. What's different, do you think? And what do you like about Korea and what do you like about baseball back home? Is there anything that you can compare? Any differences that are maybe very different? Things that you like, things that you may not even like?
Baseball in Korea is incredible. I think it's the best in the world. I'm a little biased. Obviously, Ryan's played in the US, Taiwan, and now Korea. The fans are they make it happen. So obviously there's a song and dance for pretty much every player on the team, and it makes it really, really fun. The cheerleaders are amazing. There's not cheerleaders in the States. I went to a AAA baseball game last year to see a friend play, and it was completely empty and very, very quiet. Whereas, I mean, we could be playing on a Tuesday at noon and the stadium would probably be sold out and the fans would be going crazy, even if we were down 10-1. I just think the loyalty of the fans is incredible. And obviously the baseball is really fun and the food is so good. I mean, especially at the new stadium. I don't know if you guys have been yet, but I really recommend it. The atmosphere is amazing. The food is amazing. The people, 10 out of 10 recommend.
Wow. I don't know what it is about food and having food at the ballpark. it just tastes better. Having
always does.
chicken and
Yes.
having beer
Yeah.
at the
It
ballpark.
tastes a little better when we're winning too.
Oh, that too, of course. Now, besides baseball and baseball culture, you also mentioned other cultural aspects of Korea on your social media, which I found very interesting. So please share some of that. Maybe something you were very surprised of, maybe recently?
Yes, I think everything has surprised me a little bit. It's very different than America in a good way. I remember like the first time I ever went to the gym, I wore my outside shoes inside, not thinking anything of it. And they didn't speak English, so there's like a lot of pointing and talking quickly. So I figured it out very quickly. I need to have two separate pairs of shoes, but it was hard because I'm an 8.5, and in Daejeon, they don't sell anything larger than an 8 for women. So that was kind of fun to try to figure out. I also found out recently you're not supposed to push the button to cross the street. That's really only for visually impaired people. So I had been pushing that. So I'm sure people were wondering what it was that I thought I was doing all those times. And so just kind of some fun stuff like that. I'm not very good with chopsticks, so I've been practicing. Ryan is really good with chopsticks. So normally they end up just coming over and bringing me a fork, and that's when I know it's time to give up. So a lot of different fun things. I love the taxis get to you in like 1 minute. You could wait in America for an Uber for an hour. So it was really fun. And so it's nice to kind of be able to get to places easily. And obviously the food is amazing. I saw you guys just did a segment, I think it's called Hanbok, the traditional dress.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet, but I've seen it and I really want to check it out. It seems really amazing.
Yes, I can relate to you with the whole shoes thing with the gym. That's the reason why I don't go to the gym, is because it's such a hassle to take 2 pairs of shoes to the gym.
That's
So,
what it is.
yes, that's my excuse anyway. But I'm sure you've probably experienced or at least heard about K-pop dramas. Obviously, K-pop food is now growing in the US. But has your perception of Korea changed to any extent now that you live here in Korea?
Absolutely. Obviously, I didn't really know a lot about Korea before coming. I knew that the beauty culture was big. I knew that the food was really good. That was pretty much it. I'd never watched a K-drama or anything before. I had seen Squid Games. That was about it, embarrassingly enough. And so it's been really exciting to show all my friends back home about all of like the cultural significance of like the temples and the fortresses and the meaning behind the food and the meaning behind the beauty culture, not just that it exists. So that's been really, really exciting. And now I've seen a lot of K-dramas. I use it to help me with my language learning. And it's really helped me, understand and experience the culture even more.
Now, Hailey, Brooke, last but not least, do you have some words for Mr. Weiss, Ryan Weiss, your husband, and maybe to some of the fans or his team or just KBO fans in general?
Absolutely. We love the fans and appreciate them so much. I don't think we would be enjoying Korea this much if it wasn't for the fans. So I just want to say thank you for not only helping us experience baseball in Korea at the, best level, but helping us experience the entire culture, because I definitely wouldn't understand as much as I do without them. And same with Ryan.
All right, Hailey, Brooke, it was very fun talking to you today, especially seeing these cultural differences. I mean, I wasn't really aware of that in America, in the US, at baseball stadiums, you don't have that much cheerleading going on. Whereas, if you think of American football, you have
Yes.
cheerleader goes with American football. So seeing these differences just by talking about the subject of baseball was very interesting. So thank you very much, Hailey, Brooke, Mrs. Weiss, for connecting with us today. And also thank you for your active engagement with KBO fans here in Korea. So we wish you the best with your life here in Korea. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank you, Walter. As always, we're going to see you back here tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Korea time and maybe one day here in Korea.